Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AussieVerse live chat number 18, where we are going to be chatting to a bunch of fine people about the San Diego Comic-Con and one of the members' trips to Melbourne. If you are liking the content, please feel free to like and subscribe so that we can get to that 400 subscriber giveaway where one lucky winner will be getting a $100 Amazon gift card. If you do like all the thumbnails, the editing, and all of the graphic design, then please hit up A51 Designs on Instagram. You can also check us out at AussieVerse_comics_collectors. Ladies and gentlemen, today is going to be a simply mad whack chat. Let's get it on. How are you guys?
Woo.
Good.
Hello, everyone.
We're here.
If you're wondering where you can find these handsomely rugged, good-looking people, you can check out SimpleSimon right here at this link. You can check out Whack Comics right here on this link. And you also can check out MadSpidey right here in this link. You don't have time to write it down. Don't fret. All of these links are in the description as well as their Instagrams. That is enough of the plug-in. Let's get down to the lovin'. How was your trip, Leigh? You came and you visited us. You gave us your glorious body.
Whoa. What did you guys do in your bathroom break?
That was a bit much. I don't know if I can do that.
It was a bit anticlimactic.
It was good. It was a great time hanging out with Simon and Sarah and catching up with everyone else and fucking seeing Melbourne, going to the gig, and yeah, it was really, really cold down there. We've got some awesome videos coming out of our time down there. Simon already has a couple up on his channel. I've got one coming out of my channel tonight. But yeah, it was a fucking really, really fun time. I can't wait to come down again. Tyler and I were talking about it, and he was saying he can't wait till he comes to Australia and we can all fucking do it together and shit. You know, be even fucking crazier when he's there. So,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
We're still going to get Tyler on this show at some point.
Yeah, he said he really doesn't want to. So good luck.
Well, Tyler is going to be unfollowed by me and unfriended, so go to hell, buddy. When was the last time you were in Melbourne?
Before this, I just got home from Melbourne on Saturday.
Just a couple of days.
And the shenanigans starts.
But before that, I was just a wee child. I reckon I was like 8 or 9 or something. Last time I was in Melbourne before that.
Oh, wow. So what was your impression of it?
It was all right.
Besides the cold.
I liked some of the old buildings in the city. That was cool to look at. I love old looking buildings.
What did you think of the comic book stores and stuff like that? Obviously, Mark's Big City Comics is amazing. We all know that.
Mark's was awesome. Just had to die a little, sorry. Mark's was cool. We went to All Star. All Star was cool too. Big store. We saw Ignacio in there. Ignacio comic book, which was great. And went to. I always forget what it's called. The one that starts with the M.
Minotaur.
Minotaur, yeah.
That one was cool as well. I loved the Lego store. That was one of my favorite parts because we don't have a Lego store in Brisbane yet. And fucking that Lego store was great.
How many options do you have in Brisbane for the comic book stores, do you reckon?
We've got like one in the city and then like 2 in Annalee.
Yep.
Yeah. But I just go to Comx, etc. They're good.
Yeah.
I just found an omnibus that I can't find anywhere at Comx, etc. Thanks to Sharif. He linked me up. Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, Volume 2.
They just had a massive sale, and even I jumped in on that, and it's coming like tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's weird after being in Simon's house and stuff, you know, and like looking at his background now. It's like I walked around in that space, you know, I was there. It's not just a background anymore.
So behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Leigh also picked up some books that he'd been looking for a long time at the. Can you remember the last shop you went to, Leigh? What was the name of the last shop?
Comx are us.
Very good.
Yeah.
And he found some trades that he's been looking for a while.
Yeah, I was fucking hyped about that. There's like 3 Dreadful Me trades: the Justice League Dark. He did a run on that. New 52. And the prints, the trades have been out of print for a good while. They're hard to find, and I was really surprised to see them just chilling on the shelf. They were like $28 each. I grabbed all 3. Fucking wasn't too bad.
They had all 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they got some gold in those shelves because I never really look at their trade shelf. It's a little bit of an unorganized mess, but they've started,
It really
and I don't
is.
know if they've just started doing this since they merged stores, but they've got like their back issue floppies with their trades now, like all the indie companies. So I didn't know that. So I was like, they had the most random stuff. Like you'd have like the music. Like the music comic books, like Kiss and Iron Maiden comics, and then randomly there'd be Berserker with them as well. I'm like, what? This doesn't make sense. This setup.
Are they in Richmond now? Is it?
No, Chapel
Street.
Chapel Street. Yeah, okay.
So that's where everything merged. So I don't know if they used to do that before they merged with all their back issues, but yeah, I was kind of like going through the trade section, going, oh, there's floppies here as well. So going through them was cool. Sarah found something pretty cool there. It was going back probably a year or so ago now. Something's Killing the Children. The first print had a Jenny Frison cover, and it was going for like, I don't know, $150 to $200 in the line. And then Sarah picked one up there for just cover price. It's good stuff.
Running talk pop culture fans. He was meant to join us today, but then he realised he's too soft and didn't want to spend his night with us, so unsub him. All right. Well, Leigh, is there anything else you want to share about your trip to Melbourne?
You'll see it all. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Simon got a lot of footage. I got some footage, but Simon got like a crazy amount of footage, and he's got 2 vlogs coming out. I'm excited to see them.
I wish I had more talking bits in it. Like, for example, from the night that we all went out and met up, a lot of it is just footage. There's only a little bit of us talking, I guess. There's the bit of Mark showing how to drink a beer properly. I'm glad I got that on footage.
Who was that? No,
that was pretty epic. But yeah, I got a lot of footage, and I've got a 2-part vlog coming out.
Nice.
Starting Friday.
And you did introduce me to a great drink. I mean, I'd always enjoyed Fireball, but I'd always had it with like dried ginger or something. Never occurred to me to have it with apple juice.
Yeah,
that was
Fireball and apple
juice sensation.
Is the way to go.
Gives it that extra bit of sugar. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I got some people hooked on it.
Yeah. All right. So, San Diego Comic-Con 2022. We'll go around and we'll say one thing each that you're all really excited about. I'm sure we're excited about plenty. Mark, what's your most exciting thing about San Diego Comic-Con this year? What was the announcement that got your blood?
Well, a few things that we sort of kind of already knew, and then we had trailers. I guess I'm going to have to go with the Wakanda Forever trailer. Was amazing. I thought that was like I expected something, but it looked really good. And with Namor, I'd have to go with that. There was plenty of others, obviously we all know, but yeah, that was my I looked at it and it looked visually awesome, and you can sort of piece out what kind of the sort of script is going to be. Yeah, now I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, like, they didn't give much away. It just looked cool.
I'm quite surprised that they showed Namor, to be honest. Like, you'd think that'd be like a big sort of secret. He even came out in the panel, the actor.
Yeah. So interesting. And he even saw like visions of his like a child. So you're going to get an origin and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty cool, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like a beautiful song, No Woman, No Cry, and yeah, it was really cool trailer, to be honest.
Who's the new Black Panther going to be?
I think Shuri is going to be it.
Mm.
Yeah, so, I don't know. The suit looks exactly like Killmonger's suit, I guess, did in the first one, but judging by the build, it's a bit skinnier. So, yeah, what do you guys think?
I haven't seen the first Black Panther.
Ooh,
Dude.
Unsubscribe.
Fair enough. All right. Spidey, what did you think of it?
Yeah, no, like that. I would have said that would have been exactly my thing as well, because you got little glimpses of Ironheart. Ray Williams is in there as well. Atuma is going to be in there.
Yep.
If people don't know who he is, he's one of Namor's sort of rogues gallery, I suppose you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So Namor's got a rogues gallery. Isn't Namor like? I thought Namor was a bad guy.
Namor is a bit of a.
I actually don't know anything about him.
It's depending on I suppose the time that he's in. I suppose like he's probably more known as a hero, but he can be more of an anti-hero at some points and a villain at other points, and it's just depending on the storyline, pretty much.
He just fights for Atlantis, doesn't he? So
So, but yeah, there was a lot of hints in there. Obviously, they did a tribute to even in the trailer, did a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, which was awesome. Sort of hit the heartstrings a little bit, even in, well, they're still calling this a teaser trailer. That looked like a full trailer to me.
Yeah.
Looked really awesome. Like, obviously a lot of announcements, like, as the Slackass and the comments says, we don't really care about DC and what they came out with. A lot of Marvel stuff. Hey, Louis. A lot of stuff been announced for Marvel. Obviously, me, probably one of the biggest ones that we already knew was coming out, but they didn't give us any teasers or any trailers or anything, was Blade. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, a lot of other sort of stuff. It's like, really? You're going to go sort of, like Agatha Harkness? Why are they going to do an Agatha Harkness movie or show? But it could be cool. She is an interesting character in the comics. And obviously she was in WandaVision. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Like, obviously San Diego's still going on. Like, it's their Sunday.
Is there more announcements? Or is that most of it?
Nah, they usually do most of them, I think, on the Saturday Hall H, sort of during the day, and then some Sunday.
It's Monday now.
Oh, yeah, it'd be Monday now. Yeah.
Because I didn't really follow it that much. Like last night, because I was going to be on this, I Googled SDCC bloody trailers, and I just saw a couple of them. But there wasn't that much. Was it really that much? I didn't see.
There wasn't
maybe 6 or 7 trailers.
Just announcements, yeah.
It's more announcements. They mainly do announcements for stuff that's like way further. Like, obviously what is it? Phase 5, Phase 6, Phase 25 or whatever for Marvel. But they also did a few cool other things. Like, I don't know anything. Like, I know it's coming out in about 2 weeks, but I don't know anything about the Sandman universe. And that trailer for Sandman on Netflix looked awesome. Yeah. I'm actually interested to watch that.
Yeah, that looks really freaking good, man.
I feel like I want to read it before I watch it.
It's quite intense.
It'll take me years to watch it then.
Yeah, but like I just want to read some of it before. Let's say the first 2 trades or something like that before I watch it.
First 2 issues, first 2 pages.
Just have to do it.
So, out of everything that you did Google, Simon, what tickled your fancy?
DC was good. So no, I would say the best trailer, like Black Adam, didn't excite me that much. I mean, it looks okay. Shazam didn't really excite me that much, but again, looked okay. I think the She-Hulk trailer I actually enjoyed the most. I just thought it was fun, and I was surprised to see certain characters pop up in it, like Wong and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, this could connect into things, which is going to be fun. So I think that, and obviously it looked a lot better than the last trailer.
Yeah.
the way she looked and stuff. They looked
Yeah,
like
the CGI was done a lot better. I think they might have touched it up a bit. I think
that
I
trailer.
also like how in the trailer she spoke to the camera, just like that. Run.
Yeah, it was right at the end,
Yeah,
breaking that
cool.
wall.
Yeah. What about you, Leigh? What was it that you liked the most?
Out of the footage we saw, like trailers and stuff, I'm going to say She-Hulk for sure. With Simon, it looks like a lot of fucking fun.
Wait, did you watch the Groot trailer?
Yeah, that looks like fun.
I haven't seen that.
I would have thought that Leigh liked the Groot the most.
Yeah, the Groot trailer looks great. And I'm at the announcements. I'm keen as fuck for Fantastic Four. I fucking love Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And
Daredevil Born Again.
Oh yeah,
18 episodes. Yeah,
18 episodes. Wow,
It's too much.
But
That's
is it going to be 18
insane.
half-hour episodes or 18 like hour-long episodes? That will be
just 10-minute episodes.
yeah.
Well, for me, it was finally cementing Avengers Secret Wars. Like, they've been hinting at that for ages, but I always thought that'd be just a pipe dream, and they're doing it.
That was like 2025 or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
did it
understand
right up until like late 2025 or something.
It says November. I got the list here. November 2025 because they got Kang, Avengers.
It's
May.
both in the same year, isn't it?
Yeah,
Kang
May
Dynasty.
for Kang Dynasty, and then November is going to be Secret Wars.
Mate, that Secret Wars is going to be freaking epic. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be
You're gonna have to. It's 2 years away.
Oh no! Now I need to live for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a few things. The one thing that nobody's talking about is the fact that they're doing a Batman Spawn crossover again, which hasn't. It's been many years.
Just in a trade, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Sorry, go.
Yeah, no, I was going to say it's funny that actually happened because when we went to Yarraville, Beck actually bought those. I thought she already had them, but she doesn't have them, so she bought them.
I remember seeing them have you been to that toy shop in Blackburn, Spidey?
Yeah, that's a branch off of Lobo's.
They sold Lobos.
Yeah, he used to be affiliated with Lobo.
Yeah, they used to be the Lobos guys, and then I think they must have sold it or some shit. But yeah, so what's the deal? Like McFarlane's writing it, and I think you heard him say Capullo.
Yeah. I heard McFarlane's involved.
But that's cool because it's been so many years since we've had, like DC have done a few crossovers, rarely every now and then, but the whole crossover genre is, dead in the ass really because of all the licenses and egos.
Yeah, they did quite a few crossover sort of trades and graphic novels and stuff in like the 90s and things like that because they did like the same time they did Batman and Spawn, they did a Spider-Man and Batman one as well. So and quite a few other ones. So
yeah, they've done heaps. One of my favorites is Superman and Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Cool.
I haven't read any of those crossovers really.
Some of them are pretty cool. I just read Superman and Aliens. Actually, I really enjoyed that. That was really cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I know.
So no X-Men.
You got X-Men 97.
Yeah, so what's the deal with that? So is that like a reboot, is it?
It's a It's going to be a continuation of the 90s cartoon series.
I saw Asian Funk post a thing about how Morph is in it, and they've changed the way he looks. He doesn't look the same as he was in the animated thing.
And they changed Magneto's look as well.
Yep.
What?
Fair enough. That's a good point, Leigh.
And Sunspot's going to be in it, which he was never in the original cartoon.
The voice
How
actors
many seasons will they do of X-Men, the original?
4?
I can't see that they're behind the piles of stuff on the floor.
Because I almost want to read one because I loved it. I think we were talking recently about it, and like, for me, I used to watch it in the mornings before school, and then I remember it just stopped.
I think it was either 5 or 6 seasons.
I remember like a Sinister showing up, and then after that, I didn't really see it ever again.
Yeah, it's all because of Avi Arad that the Spider-Man and the X-Men got cancelled. But yeah, I've said to my partner, we're definitely going to have to watch all of the original series because I reckon she'll like it. It's so exactly like the comics.
Yeah, like the 90s run of 90s run of like the Jim Leigh run.
Yep.
Because I haven't really gotten into X-Men at all since I got the comics again. But when I was younger, I used to love X-Men because of the animated series. But even back then, I used to buy comic books, but I didn't enjoy reading X-Men for some reason. I love the animated series and I would buy the comic books, but I just wasn't that into reading the books for some reason.
Yeah.
So I never really jumped back onto X-Men when I got back into collecting.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I don't really like team books, I found. Like, I've read a couple of Justice League books and there's just too much going on.
Yeah, I feel if it's more than 4, it kind of, it gets very tropey. Everybody just has their one corner that they do. There's no sort of deconstruction. So I agree with that too. I'm not really too much into X-Men. I've never really read much. I'll read single character X-Men titles. But as for a whole, I don't really read Justice League, even being a DC guy and stuff.
It's even like a lot of the die-hard like X-Men, like either trade or floppy buyers are getting off the bandwagon now. Like, they might have been reading it since they were a kid, probably have a full run or close to a full run, and a lot of them don't even like a lot of the newer X-Men stuff because it's just got too confusing, too convoluted. And so if you are going to be reading X-Men, I'd probably suggest from, what I know and from, what I've heard, go to some of the older stuff. If you
I got told Pox is a good one to start on for modern stuff. I heard Hox and Pox.
Yeah, but that's really pretty intense as well, I find.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, will I get confused if I'm like, I don't know what's going on here? Like, who are these people?
I'd be trying, like, obviously more in probably trade or omnibus more than anything. I'd be trying things like Phoenix Saga, Days of Future Past, like that sort of era, like the John Byrne sort of era.
I think Ox is for people that already love X-Men. You can jump on there, but it's just so Hickman, that it is quite intense.
Yeah.
So what else we got?
Well, we can talk about all the announcements. So I can read out all the announcements of what's going to happen coming up. So we got August 10th, we got I Am Groot. We got August 17th is going to be She-Hulk.
Yep.
And then we got Wakanda Forever, November 11th.
Yep.
We got Guardians of the Galaxy in December.
Which is the holiday special.
Yep. Quantumanium, so Ant-Man is in February next year, obviously, because it can't be this year. What If is going to be early 2023. Secret Invasion. Then we get the Guardians of the Galaxy number 3.
Yep.
We get Echo in summer of 2023, so that's winter. So Loki season 2. We got the Marvels. We got Ironheart's going to get her own show in fall of 2023. Then X-Men. Then we got Blade in November, like MadSpidey said. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that. Then Agatha, that's going to be for our summer in 2023. This is a big year, 2023. There's a lot of stuff, mainly shows. And then you got 2024. We're going to start off with Daredevil, Captain America, and Thunderbolts. Then Fantastic Four in November. They've slotted in.
Have they cancelled Armor Wars? Because there was no mention of that at all.
Yeah, I heard about that.
No mention of Midnight Suns either, which they've been hinting at for the last probably 18 months.
I
know they're doing
official.
Yeah, Armor Wars was in last year's San Diego lineup.
Yeah, and they've even confirmed Deadpool 3, so that's not been mentioned. And
that's true.
like,
That's true. Actually, when's Deadpool?
Yeah, that's the first thing I went to, because being a big Deadpool fan, I was like, what's going on? Where's Deadpool?
Yeah.
Even Moon Knight. Where's Moon Knight? Come on.
Did Marvel announce all of that, and then DC came out with Black Adam and Shazam?
Just the trailers. They didn't announce.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Because I heard about obviously the Cavill thing, which didn't work out, which would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, really what was the deal with that?
So it was rumored that he was going to come out and I
know.
I'm going to be Superman.
And he was a no-show.
Are we going to wait? Are they going to wait to DC fandom?
Yeah. I mean, don't forget as well, there's also D23, which is the Disney event, that they were rumored that there wasn't going to be that many Marvel announcements as much as we were hoping for San Diego, because they were going to save it for Disney. But obviously they did announce quite a bit, so I don't know what they're going to announce at San Diego at D23 now. But that's the one that they usually try to save it now that Disney owns them.
And the other thing they said was releasing the R-rated Marvel content on Disney Plus now as well, which will be the 2 Deadpool movies and Logan. So if they do any more mature Marvel stuff in the future, it will be coming on Disney Plus. It won't be.
Don't really not have that on Disney.
No.
Wow, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
But I think it was very instantaneous, though. I think it's already. I haven't checked, but I think it's already on there now. Once they announced, because they announced that, I think Friday or something at San Diego. It was very early. So
yeah,
it's weird though, because the amount of shit Disney has on their platform already that is totally not Disney, that you wouldn't want your kids watching. I don't understand.
I don't understand the Predator movies.
Pam and Tommy had penises and stuff on it.
Yeah. I just saw a movie with the actor I've gone blank, the Winter Soldier.
Sebastian.
Yeah, he was in Pam and Tommy.
Yeah. So, but there's another movie that you've got to check out called Fresh, where Sebastian Stan chops up women and eats them, and that's on Disney.
Lovely.
And it's not as gruesome as it sounds, but still, it's not something you'd want your kids watching.
No.
Yeah, they've got Predator and Alien movies on there, and they're R-rated these days. So
especially the early ones.
Did they show? So I saw a trailer to that Prey thing, the Predator one. Was that a Comic-Con thing? Did they have that? Was that from that?
I don't think it was on I've seen it before, Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'd seen it before as well, but I thought this was maybe an updated trailer. I wasn't sure if it was. Because I saw a bunch of trailers just in that, and I didn't know what was from Comic-Con and what was, because all I did was type in SDCC and John Wick 4 trailer came up. Was Star Wars Andor came up.
Yeah.
Didn't know if that was from Comic-Con.
Yeah. So well, that comes out in 2 weeks, bro. So exciting.
Yeah, that
looks behind Star Wars.
Is that straight to streaming or is that on movies?
It's going to be on Disney because it's on Hulu, I guess. So.
Okay. But I thought all the Hulu stuff was on Binge.
No, some of it
Disney owns Hulu, don't they?
Yeah, they do, but some of it is on Binge. He's right.
Because the Pacemaker went to Binge, it didn't go to Disney.
Because they're owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, because Binge has all the DC movies.
Yeah, so Binge gets Warner Brothers and Foxtel, and then anything Disney that comes out on Hulu will go straight to Disney Plus. So
spread the love.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to admit, I know people are loving this Groot trailer thing, but how long do you expect these episodes to be? Because I'm not excited for something that's going to be 5-minute episodes.
How can there be 8 to 10 minutes?
Yeah, see,
you reckon it's going to be so I haven't seen the trailer, but I'm assuming it's going to be like the was it the Diabolic or whatever the boy cartoon things? Because they're only about 10 minutes or something each, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's like Roger Rabbit back in the day.
Yeah.
I just don't get excited for really quick things. Like I'm not going to allow myself to sit here and anticipate and want to see something that's going to be over like that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I guess that's not what they're going for. I guess they're just going for something to grab some kids. I guess
It does look good though.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's going to be a lot of I am Groot. I already got sick of hearing it. Watching the trailer.
Well, did you guys watch any of the panels on YouTube?
Yeah.
No.
Did you see the Guardians of the Galaxy one, Mark?
No, I watched the Ant-Man one and the She-Hulk one. That's the only one I got to.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy had, out of all the Guardians of the Galaxy, it only had Peter Quill, Mantis, and Nebula. But then they also brought out Adam Warlock, Cosmo the Space Dog, which is that woman that's really making a name for herself and being really funny. She played Borat's daughter in the Borat show. That's on Amazon Prime. She's going to be the voice of Cosmo the Space Dog. But the thing that made this panel brilliant was, as they're talking about what they're excited about and what they feel about Guardians of the Galaxy and everything, James Gunn turns around and goes, "Oh, we have another guest over here, the High Evolutionary." And the actor who was from Peacemaker, actually, he comes out in full High Evolutionary gear and he acts the part. So he's not the actor, he's actually the High Evolutionary. And he comes out on stage and he goes, "Oh, I'm looking at all of you disgusting humans and you make me just want to vomit, but I can't wait to be able to dissect you and turn you into something." And James Gunn turns around and goes, "Okay, that's enough of that," takes away the microphone, and then he just screams with no microphone. He goes, "I'm going to make all of you much better." You could just tell that the actor was having a lot of fun with that role. So yeah. I highly recommend looking that up.
The only thing I saw from that panel was there was like a quick 1 minute video I watched where it said like, what's his name? Chris Pratt, is it?
Chris Pratt. Mm.
Yeah, it was like saying he teared up or something like that. That's all I watched. It was like a clickbait video. I was like, "Oh, why did he tear up?" And then,
So apparently they all got shown out the back, not for the panel. They got shown a quick trailer of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and none of them had seen it yet. And the storyline, I mean, there's going to be a few storylines, Adam Warlock and whatnot, but one of the big parts of the storyline is the origin of Rocket Raccoon, which the High Evolutionary in this universe has created. So there was a 5-second video on YouTube, 5 seconds of that trailer, and you see baby little Rocket Raccoon, and it is the most adorable little thing you've ever seen. Just these little big eyes as he's plucked from his family or something. And it's like, man, this is going to really make you pull on your heartstrings.
Yeah, it should be. I'm all up for that because Rocket Raccoon, out of those two movies, have been, for me personally, the most character I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
agree.
I'm all up for it, which means kind of worrying because James Gunn kills off a character every movie. Could be the end of it. It could be a sad finish, like every other movie he's done for Guardians. So
I'll just kill Drax. I'll be happy with that.
He can meet his family again. He said it a few times. Just do it.
Is he going to be in it still? I thought he was leaving. I thought Drax wasn't going to be doing it.
He's after this one, so perfect time to kill him off.
Yeah.
I'll kill him for sure.
We don't need Batista. The only other trailer that I can think of, which is a bit of a niche market, but I don't know if any of you guys are fans of this. It's pretty old school now, but Interview with the Vampire. I'm sure you've heard of the Brad Pitt Tom Cruise movie, yeah?
Yeah, based on the Anne Rice books. Yeah, because they did Queen of the Damned as well with
which was horrible.
Leigh.
I should have been an extra in that.
Died.
You should have been an extra in that.
Yeah, a bunch of my mates. I auditioned for it, and we all got it. But
Oh,
the
did he?
shooting dates were crossed paths with me being in Queensland, so I wasn't able to do it. But all my mates were in it. So
Well, there's about, I don't know how many books there are, but let's say there's 10 books in this Anne Rice series.
There's quite a
like
few.
the
I know
first-
that much.
Yeah, I've read like the first 4 or 5 many, many years ago. And it's so freaking good. It's amazing. And Interview with the Vampire was a good film. Queen of the Damned, not so much. And they've been wanting to make a series for years. And Anne Rice and her son have been doing it for a long time. Anne Rice passed away last year, while this show was being made. And that trailer came out, and it's out in like 2 months. And it looks pretty good. So
I
it's
saw
called
the trailer listed, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it either. But yeah. No, it sounds interesting enough. I mean, like, I'll give it a go. Might as well.
Yeah.
But also on trailers, did any of you watch the Dungeons and Dragons one?
I did catch
No,
that.
I didn't watch.
Bo was talking it up, so I was like, all right. It came up on Instagram. I even clicked the continue watching bit just for you.
I reckon it looked pretty cool.
It looked fun. I didn't know what to expect, and then I was like, all right, I get it.
I'm down.
Yeah, but
I'm down
is
for
it going to be
all.
another like Warcraft movie or Doom movie or whatever? Where they
It looks like
everything looks really good, but
it looks more like Guardians of the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it already makes you laugh, so it's already ahead of the curve. So just watching the preview.
It's a great trailer, but unfortunately, it's one of those trailers that I think has given you the entire storyline.
Too
of the
much,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always tell people that I'm not that into. Like, I used to love fantasy stuff when I was like in high school and stuff, like Dragonlance and all that sort of stuff. And then as I got older, I kind of just lost interest in dragons. That's why I never watched Game of Thrones. Like, I always tell the story that I watched a few episodes of Game of Thrones and I just wasn't into it. And my girlfriend at the time was like, oh, it's so good because she was reading the books. And I was like, you know what? And I said this as a joke. I'm like, you know what? I'm not into dragons. I hadn't even seen the dragon in the show. I just joked. I'm not into dragons. She's like, yeah, but the dragons don't show up till later. I was like, ugh, I'm out. I was watching Dungeons and Dragons trailer and I was thinking to myself, do I like dragons? I was like, maybe if I can get over this whole I don't like dragons thing, I might enjoy this movie. It looks fun.
It looks.
Beck loves dragons, so I'd assume she'd probably want to go and see it. Or what is it? Is it movies or is it streaming again?
Movies.
It's at the movies.
Yeah. How does she feel about the new Game of Thrones show coming out in about a week or two?
She did not watch one episode. She watched some of Game of Thrones season 1 with me, and then she's like, "Nah, I'm out." There's like what Simon said. She goes, "There's no dragons. It's too confusing.
She wasn't patient enough.
Yeah, it's too confusing. It's too There's too many storylines going on, and she gave up. So, which I don't blame her. Like I was like that quite a few times, but I stuck it out.
I thought it was good for what I saw of it. I only watched like the first 3 episodes, and I was like, it's a good show. It's just not my thing.
God, yeah. I've seen the whole thing twice.
I got to the end of the first season, and the only character that I cared about deceased. So I said, I'm out. Like I got no attachment to start the second season.
There you go. That's Beck.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I wasn't a fan either. Like there was so much going on, but yeah.
Sorry, Beck, I didn't put up your weak comment before because I didn't realise that was you. I just thought it was somebody trolling one of the other people. I didn't want to pick up a negative one. Now that I know that's you, comment along.
There was a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that was, came out. Like obviously you can't digest everything, and a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of I'll have to check out. There's a few trailers I need to catch up on. Yeah, like I didn't see the Groot one. I didn't see the Dungeons and Dragons. I saw the Black Adam and the Shazam one. The Shazam one looks.
Let's talk about Black Adam.
Yeah,
his birthday week.
Back when Whack burped.
I'm still a little bit worried about Black Adam. It looked okay. I honestly don't think this is going to be the plot. I think this is like the first 10 minutes. So I'm a little bit hopeful because I think they're going to wake up Black Adam and he's going to be pissed because of his past. And the Justice League of America is going to try and track him down. But I think there's going to be another villain come into it because I think there's a McFarlane toy out of it. The main villain, and then he's going to make a decision, Black Adam, to join them. I think that's how it's going to go. So I'm hopeful that's how it's going to go, because if the storyline is what it looks like in the trailers, it's going to be a pretty dull movie.
If The Rock hadn't been talking this up for the last 10 years, literally, I wouldn't. Yeah, if this was just another DC movie without that 10-year promo, I wouldn't be that excited about it. But yeah, you've got to believe that it's going to be pretty good. With 10 years of The Rock,
are they going to build him up to fight Shazam? I mean, is that what happens in the comics?
Yeah, I would say eventually, yeah.
Because
The Rock. Sorry,
people keep talking about him versus Superman. What's the deal with that?
That's because The Rock wants that bad.
Yeah.
Because The Rock, someone asked him, I saw again, it was just a clip, someone asking him who wins out of Black Adam and Superman. And Rock was like, it depends who's playing Superman. That's what he said.
Yeah.
But is Shazam trying to be, like the next Thor/Guardians of the Galaxy with all based in humor instead of any kind of seriousness? It's like I saw the trailer and I thought it looks like it might be fun, but nothing you have to think about. Yeah, nothing that you have to think about.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same as the first one, and I think that's the only route they can take with Shazam, because they are kids, I guess. So,
speaking of that, those kids, especially Billy Batson, he's really growing up fast. So I don't know how many Shazam movies they can make.
I think didn't they change a couple of the actors too for the kids?
Oh, I don't know.
I thought I heard somebody say that a couple of the original, like from the first movie, have actually been changed.
My main number one nitpick of the first movie of Shazam, it's a minor one, but I always thought that Zach Levi and whoever's acting as Billy Batson, they didn't quite communicate how to act as Billy Batson, because it feels like Zach Levi's, when he turns Shazam, is acting more like a kid than the kid was.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. He is, totally.
He's really childish, Zach Levi is, and then when he turns back to Billy Batson, he's like grown up and really quiet.
Yeah,
so I feel like there's a bit of miscommunication how they're supposed to act as this one character, because they don't feel like the same person.
I was always just under the impression that when he's Shazam, he's so pumped full of adrenaline that he just becomes stupid. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, look what I can do. Yeah,
fair enough. I mean, like, you would be hyped, wouldn't you, to having those superpowers?
But you think you'd be over it a little bit and maybe a little bit more used to it in the second movie, but it looks like they've made the second movie like even goofier. Like he's trying to fly and he's like smashing into cars and rolling around and going through buildings and stuff and and making jokes and all that sort of stuff. So is he? Like that, and that's what I'm sort of meant. Are they going to try and make it like Thor or something like that, where it's like they're going to go too stupid and it's going to throw people off, or is it just that's what his storyline's going to be? It's just going to be a childish sort of superhero movie.
A few of those scenes looked pretty serious, though.
There was some serious ones in there,
So, yeah.
I'm interested to see how they go. I mean, like, that's probably why they're not going to mix Black Adam and Shazam together, because they're both different tones. So,
yeah, that's going to be really interesting, actually, because they are going to have to mix them
at some point.
Yeah.
What happens if Superman appears in the end credits of Black Adam? Ooh, do you reckon that's possible?
Yeah, I do.
You reckon?
Yeah.
If it happens and it's Henry Cavill's face on Superman.
That's right, because they did it in Shazam, didn't they? And they rolled us.
Yeah. So if it is actually Henry Cavill, I will attempt a backflip here on this show. I've never done a backflip before. I'll go face first. I will. But if it does happen.
I've seen some terrible videos, mate. You can break your neck.
When Super Pet's out.
I'm pumped for that, man.
Yeah.
Because the one thing, right, like, and I've been saying this a long time, I've been wanting to do a video with Mark, like, where we cast our own Batman movie sort of thing, right? Who would you get to play this person? And my Batman for many, many moons has been Keanu Reeves. And he plays Batman in Super Pets. I was like, holy crap. That's awesome.
I'm really looking forward to that.
But it's all pretty much The Rock and bloody
Kevin Hart.
and Kevin Hart, isn't it? Like it's all going to be run by them.
Seems like
they're the dynamic duo at the moment that seem to be wanting to do everything.
I don't know if I've seen any of their films. What are they? I know they did Jumanji.
The Jumanjis.
What else?
Central Intelligence.
I don't think I've seen that. I haven't seen many Rock movies for a while. I watched all these movies back in the day, like Welcome to the Jungle and stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't watched.
Even Sean William Scott had chemistry.
You know they changed the name of that movie?
The Rundown is what it's called in America.
In America, yeah. But everywhere else it's called Welcome to the Jungle.
Because people are, those Aussie won't understand what the Rundown is.
It tripped me out when I saw it like on Netflix or something. There's another one as well. An older movie with is it Bridget Fonda? Assassins? Yeah. That's not called that on Netflix or whatever streaming site we have. I can't remember, but it's called something completely different.
Well, it's like
that's like the Asian movies, like the Hong Kong movies, like the Jackie Chan and Jet Li and Donnie Yen movies, is that they've got a different name in nearly every different continent.
I'm pretty sure Encino Man was called Los Angeles Man in some countries.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Man,
there's quite a few that are like that. Sandlot Kids wasn't called Sandlot Kids in America. It was just called The Sandlot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just thought of another one. What was it? Mighty Ducks. You know the first one? We called it Champions.
Yes.
It was called the Mighty Ducks in America. That's why Mighty Ducks was D2, the second one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And Speed is called Bombus.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm joking.
Are you serious?
No.
Bombus? Speed's definitely a better name than Bombus. Bombus? Are you kidding me? That's a collector's item. I need to buy a DVD that says Bombus. That sounds like it would be called in like Asia or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be like a rip-off version in Indonesia or Bali or something like that.
Are you for real? That's really called Bombus? That can't be.
No,
he was joking.
Oh, fucking hell.
That was
damn it. I would have been Googling all night.
Where can I get it?
We could have kept that going for years.
Yeah, I know.
We could have, yeah. You got to find a copy of Bombus, man.
Imagine if, like, during that meeting, like, what should we call this movie? There's a bomb on the bus. Let's go Bombus.
Just another trip. You guys know Demolition Man?
Yes.
Oh, you were saying, isn't that when you saying, Mark, the other night, that's one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, Demolition Man is, yeah.
So, you know the Taco Bell thing?
Oh, they changed it to Pizza Hut.
Yeah, man. When I first got the DVD, I was so excited to watch it, right? And it blew my mind when they kept overdubbing it Taco Bell with Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And even that bit where he looks, you know, when he stops the underground guys from taking over the restaurant, and he picks up that bottle of food. And in the original, it says Taco Bell on it. And even that, how they somehow edited it and it said Pizza Hut. I was like, it looks so real. I was like, was it Taco Bell when I originally watched it? I didn't even know. It was such a trip. But yeah, there's that bit where they're talking about, he's like, you know, he's talking to Sandra Bullock. He's like, God knows I'd love a taco or something like that. And then they overdubbed it to like, pizza. God knows I'd love a juicy slice of pizza.
That is so weird.
It blew my mind when I first saw that.
Yeah, man, you'd think you're nuts. You'd think you're having a Mandela effect or something. You're like, I remember it being like this, but it's not.
Yeah. Here's another thing they changed in movies, right? So you guys seen Butterfly Effect? Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. How does that movie end? Can you remember?
Oh,
goes back in time into the womb and he strangles himself while he's like a fetus, pretty much, right? The dumbest thing ever, right? But that's the original ending. The theatrical ending also came out on VHS. So the first time I watched that movie, I watched it on VHS, right? And at the time, that was when DVDs were new. So the DVD had the current ending, but the VHS had the theatrical ending. So the theatrical ending, I don't know if you guys remember the movie, but he's friends with Amy Smart, that chick that he grew up with, right? So in the original ending, instead of going back to the womb, he goes back to the party because he's got the footage of when they were at a party and they first met each other. And as a kid, he goes up to her and says, "If you ever come near me, I'm going to kill you." So they never become friends. And that's how everything changes. But then they changed it for some reason into him going back into the womb and strangling himself, which is the dumbest thing ever. So I just don't understand who makes those decisions.
That's
and I'm spewing that I don't have that VHS tape anymore. I wish I still had it so I could show people the ending.
God.
It was a much better ending.
Yeah, bloody hell. I remember seeing that ending first because it was VHS when it first came out. So
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I honestly don't remember what ending I would have seen. I remember there was a few sequels and they weren't that good.
Nah. I remember the band.
Yeah, I watched one of the sequels.
Yeah. And with that, it's now time for a word from our sponsors.
This show is sponsored by the Comx shop. Check out comx.cx for all things Comx and find out what Comx is all about. Then head over to comx.shop to pick up a variety of Australian comics from multiple creators and publishers, all for one flat postage rate. We hope you enjoy the show.
You guys got ads?
Yeah, man. That's our sponsor, Comx. One flat. Right. What else have we got before we sign off?
I had a bit of news. Obviously, have any of you watched The Grey Man that came out on Netflix?
I haven't seen it yet.
Not yet, no.
Really good.
Trailer. Oh, you watched the movie?
Apparently, Chris Evans makes a real good arsehole.
Well, Chris Evans he's class no matter what, man. But he does make a good arsehole. But I feel like he really enjoyed doing that character. You can just tell. But anyway, going on with the conversation, because Ryan Gosling is the topic, he's come out and said he wants to play Ghost Rider. And in fact, they asked Kevin Feige about that. And this is the quote. Kevin Feige said, "If Ryan wants to be Ghost Rider, or who else? Ryan's amazing. I would love to find a place for him in the MCU." What do you guys think of that? Do you reckon Ghost Rider, or do you reckon there's another spot, or?
I reckon Nicolas Cage is sitting in the corner going,
I can't remember. I can't remember if this was something I read or if someone came up with this as a good spot. Because remember when Keanu Reeves was rumored to be in the MCU? Some people were saying he should be Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
They were casting him as Adam Warlock, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Apparently they've offered him heaps of different roles. But for whatever reason. Yeah. God, imagine that. Keanu Reeves is Galactus. Wow.
Yeah. Whoa.
I'm going to destroy your world, dude.
Eat some planets, yo.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Ryan Gosling sort of guy. Like, I don't really like it. I've never really seen a movie where I thought like he played a good part. Like, I know he's been in a lot of movies.
For you?
What was that?
Is he too sexy for you?
Too pretty.
I don't think I've seen any. Is he the guy in The Notebook?
Yeah.
I think that's the only movie I've even seen him in. And I did not want to watch that movie, just the record. I got forced to watch that movie.
Isn't he playing like Ken or something in a Ken and Barbie movie? Oh,
yeah.
I heard Drive's really good. That he's in.
Yeah, Drive's good.
He was
in the new Blade Runner too.
Yeah, and The Good Guys with Russell Crowe, he was really good in that. That was funny.
Yeah, I just can't pick him as Ghost Rider.
Nah, well, it seems like he's turning towards that. If he's watched Grey Man, he's turning towards that action hero sort of lifestyle, I guess. And he's a person that obviously reasonably fit and got the looks. Do you reckon there's a spot for him in DC, Simon? Do you reckon there's a spot you reckon you could find him? Maybe as a Green Lantern?
Well, I don't know enough about him, and I don't know enough about Green Lantern either to say that.
I could see him
Green Arrow?
Arrow, yeah, I could see him as Arrow for sure.
Mm.
Sure. I think he's got that look.
Just make him metamorpho.
New Flash.
Yeah, give me Wally.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see they mentioned Flash in that Shazam trailer.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do, but they didn't show the face, so.
So what's the deal? Because they didn't. So what is the deal with this Flashpoint thing? Wasn't the film already filmed? I mean, they had trailers for it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what the hell the deal is with that? Are they just going to scrap it completely?
Nah, they're going to release
No way.
it. I think now it's going to go straight to HBO Max instead of the movies.
No way, man! Really? I reckon they've got it. I reckon they're just going to change things around, and I think the smart thing would be kill off him somehow with editing and bring in Wally.
Yeah,
but that would be at the end of the movie, because obviously they've filmed like majority of it. So
yeah.
100%. That's perfect too, Ryan, that commented on that one. Ryan Gosling is Booster Gold. I would, definitely for that, because Ryan
Snyder Cut guy.
Snyder Cut guy.
But Ryan, I don't say Ryan Gosling is the real, because Booster Gold, isn't he just a bit of a goofy character though?
That's why I reckon Ryan Gosling could pull that one off, because
Beetle's getting filmed as well at the moment. Why didn't they mention anything about that?
Yeah, as I said, I reckon maybe DC fandom. We're gonna.
When's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it usually October?
I just remembered I did like a reaction video last year that no one watched of that. DC fandom.
Well, don't we also? We've got to see footage of Batgirl as well. I mean, that's film. We've got to see.
I'd like to see James Marsden as Booster Gold.
James Marsden. I always thought of him as Hal Jordan, even though he's not.
Yeah. He's got that old school kind of look now. He's getting old, James Marsden.
Yeah, but he's a good actor. He can really do any sort of genre, I think.
I agree. He's awesome in Westworld, and you would have seen him, SimpleSimon, in Notebook.
That's right. He's the original dude. One of my favorite movies of all time was a movie called Interstate 60. Anyone seen that one?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
It had him, Amy Smart from Butterfly Effect. Had a massive cast. Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox were both in it. Had cameos. What's that guy who played Dracula?
Oh,
come on.
Edge.
Which Dracula?
Dracula in Dracula.
The Keanu Reeves one.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman was in it.
Yeah.
It had this massive cast, but it was like a B movie, and it was about him going down this fake highway that doesn't exist, and just all this crazy stuff happens, and it's like a discovery of himself. But that was one of my favorite movies back in the day. James Marsden was in, and then he was Cyclops.
Yeah.
And wasn't he in that Disturbia? Or Disturbing Behavior?
Disturbing Behavior. Yeah, with Katie Holmes as well.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
I think I actually have that on DVD, surprisingly enough. I don't know why.
So you should. Good movie.
I do too.
I didn't love that movie, but I would watch it so much because Katie Holmes.
Not for the acting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a trip of a movie.
All right. Well, I think that's its natural conclusion. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. I really appreciate it. Sorry to the audience for talking pop culture being so soft and whack for nearly dying and leaving us. But that's how it rolls sometimes. Before we do head off, Mark, any words of wisdom?
Yeah, maybe we should bring out a Street Fighter movie as well. I forgot to mention that.
Yes, that would be good.
I reckon that'd be cool.
A good Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mortal Kombat 2's happening now. Like, we always knew it was happening, but now it's...
I didn't watch that Mortal Kombat reboot. Was that good?
Yeah. I didn't mind it, actually.
It's fucking great, man.
It's entertaining.
Didn't have Christopher Lambert in it, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why
and his giant forehead.
Not Christopher Lambert.
No, I love Christopher Lambert.
Mate, it's not Highlander, you know. I never liked him as Raiden.
The first time I went to a convention, which was a Comic-Con, I went by myself. I was just like, I want to check out this stuff. And I got Christopher Lambert's signature on my Fortress DVD.
Oh, yeah, Fortress.
Fortress. That was a great
That's
film.
a good movie.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, because it was set in the future,
Yeah.
it was, I can't remember what year it was, but it was that year that I went to Comic-Con.
Oh,
So I made a joke about it, like, because on the DVD cover it says in the year, whatever it is. It was like 2017 or something like that as an example. And I was just like, hey, it's 2017 now. And he didn't say anything.
no.
he just kind of looked at me and then came back down.
Yeah, the last time he came out, his hearing and his sight were failing very, very badly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's had a lot of health problems over the
Oh.
last sort of 10 years or so. So
He's
I
very
wanted to
old
say
now.
Night Moves rules. Remember Night Moves?
Yeah.
I remember a movie called Resurrection. So he's a cop and he's
I know that one.
yeah, it was a really good
Yeah,
movie. So he's trying to recreate Jesus Christ on the cross by a different.
yeah, I think it's up there somewhere. Yeah, I think I've got
MadSpidey
it.
needs to do a room tour of his DVD collection.
I reckon. Where'd you get that one too? I want to get that movie.
Look at that.
Yeah, wow.
I won't keep going because then you'll see the mess.
That is a good collection, man. All right. Well, this Saturday, late at night, we have near mint condition all the way from the States coming on, which is a big deal for us because we usually don't have guests like that on. He was meant to come on a little while ago, but it got cancelled due to reasons. So please tune in this Saturday at, I think it was 10 o'clock Melbourne time, possibly, for that, because that'll be great. Ryan has his room tour coming up. As you can see, I'm still moving. So as soon as I get set up in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a room tour as well. Everybody, don't forget to please check out SimpleSimon right here. If you don't want to write that down, click the link in the description. MadSpidey, no, that's Whack Comics. He's gone. MadSpidey right here. These guys have great content and very, very entertaining. I dare say more entertaining than us, but please still love us. So thank you very much, and we will see you next week, hopefully for another live chat. And as always, Mark, what is AussieVerse?
For life.
That's right. You better listen to him.